Alrighty, now it's time for day 3, and today I'm going to be talking about the beauty of being a wife. Marriage is something beautiful that God created, and the Lord created Eve for Adam because he saw that it wasn't good for Adam to be alone. But also, marriage mirrors the image of God because it mirrors the image of Christ's relationship with his church. And so as a wife, we're called to submit to our husbands, and we're called to obey our husbands as unto the Lord. So being a wife really gives you the opportunity to learn how to submit to God, not just directly to God, but also to your husband unto the Lord. And so it's really a chance to learn humility. It's really a chance to learn how to serve, because we're called to help our husbands in whatever purpose God has given them. So it's a great opportunity to learn servanthood. And it's also a great opportunity to learn how to build, because the Bible says that a wise woman builds her house. And so as a wife, you have a unique challenge and opportunity to take the gifts and talents that God has given you and combine that with the gifts and talents and calling God has given your husband, and to build those into a godly relationship, and to learn how to use your gifts and talents to support your husband. And also how you get the chance to build a godly family. As a woman, so much centers around you. You're closely connected with your husband, you're one with him, but you also bear children. And children get a lot of their support initially from the mother. And so you have the opportunity to cultivate children, to cultivate a loving relationship, and to submit to God by submitting to your husband and build him up. And I've been learning recently that marriage is a great way to learn how to walk by faith. As people of God, we're called to walk by faith and not by sight. And we might want different things for our marriage. We might want our marriage to be a certain way, and it may not be that way at the moment, but the Lord calls us to walk by faith. So as a woman, you can have faith that you and your husband will have the relationship that God desires for you to have, that you desire for you all to have. And you can cultivate that through faith. You can cultivate that through prayer. Instead of using your words to say, oh, my marriage is nothing, it's never going to be this, it's never going to be that, you can use your words in faith. You can use your prayer in faith, believing God, encouraging your husband even though things may not be the way you want them to be right away. And through that, you will see God moving on your behalf. You will see the Lord blessing you and blessing your husband as you desire to build your house instead of plucking it down with negative words. So as a wife, you have the opportunity to serve God. You have the opportunity to submit to God. You have the opportunity to reflect the image of Christ and his church, and to be built up as a servant of the Lord as you serve your house and serve your husband.